It's autumn season and I have got a fantastic recipe for you from the Middle East. So today I've got pumpkin mutabal. The traditional mutabal is a smoky, earthy, creamy aubergine eggplant dip from the Middle East. And the aubergines are first cooked to a very soft stage, smoked on the gas burner or even on coals to achieve that smoky aroma synonymous with a good mutabal. So we are going to be making a very seasonal version of it using pumpkin. First thing we're going to do is turn that oven on. So I've got my oven on at 200 degrees Celsius, 180 fan, 400 Fahrenheit. Now we are going to cut this pumpkin. I hate this part. So if you want, you could buy ready sliced, cubed pumpkins from the shop. And you know, any squash will work for this too. Sometimes I also cut it into wedges with the skin on and roast it in the oven and then peel the skin off. But the best pumpkin mutabal is when you take all the skin off and roast all the pieces so that they get a chance to be roasted and be charred all around. Not too thin, not too thick. So this is optional. You don't even have to do all of them. Half a dozen for that smoky flavor that burning them on the open flame is going to give them. So say about 30, depending on the strength of your flame, about 30 to 60 seconds each side. So we're going to roast some garlic bulbs along with it. Slice the top of your garlic bulb, but leave it whole. I've got a combination of on the hob burnt pumpkin slices and none. So olive oil and some salt. A good amount of salt, although you can always add more salt once the dip is done. Rub your pumpkin slices with the salt, with the oil. Some people at this point in time will add some herbs. Thyme is a popular herb with pumpkin, so you could use that, but I prefer without. So we're going to roast these guys in the oven. They're pretty big slices, so we're going to give them a good 30 to 45 minutes until they are nice and soft and we can chop them up and turn them into a dip. Our pumpkin's done. I had to go a whole hour for this because I had the slices cut quite thick, as you probably saw. So we want to roast them to the state where the fork is going to just glide through with absolutely no resistance. Think of it like when you're making mashed potato, you want the potato to be soft enough so you can mash it. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be chopping it with a knife, using a fork to mash it up, just like I do my mutabal recipe on the blog just there. You could place your cooked pumpkins in a food chopper if you liked and pulse it. You don't want it to get to a smooth puree state unless you actually like it like that. But I think a little bit of bitty bits in your mutabal is quite nice. So what we're going to do now is basically just chop up our mutabal, or even just place them straight into a fork, place them straight into a bowl and fork them. Mash them, in other words. So use a potato masher if you like. So we're just going to dump all this, squash out our garlic, hot, hot, hot. Use a fork, use a potato masher, whatever you want to do. Stove, if you recall. So charred bits will create a smoky flavor and aroma that you want in a mutabal. So if you happen to have a barbecue going, whatever the season, place your pumpkin slices on there if you like. You could even place them in an air fryer. Okay, now comes the other additions, which is basically tahini, some yogurt, and lemon juice. So we're going to be, how generous you are with your yogurt and your tahini is really, to some extent, a matter of taste. I'll give you the exact amounts that I'm going to be using in the description of this video. Some people use equal amounts of tahini and yogurt. Some people put more yogurt than tahini, or the other way around. It's all good. So now we're going to add some lemon juice. Stir it all in. And if you come across the odd big piece, because we've only mashed this with a fork, just mash it up. That's perfect. So just a little bit of pepper. That's it. That's perfect as it is. Take a fork or a spoon and create dips in your mutabal for the olive oil that you're going to be drizzling on to settle in. A little bit of chili flakes, optional, and a little bit of lemon juice over if you want. Taste test. Sweet, a touch creamy, tangy, nutty, and just a hint of smokiness from us charring the pumpkin slices, pumpkin wedges on the stove before roasting them. And the texture isn't smooth. If you place it in a food chopper and blitz it to a smooth paste, you could have a smooth dip if you prefer that. But I think slightly bitty pieces in your mutabal is so much better than a smooth mix. So how do you serve it? With flatbread, of course, just like you would any traditional dips, with vegetable sticks too, if you like. You could even turn this into a fateh. Get pita bread or any flatbread, thin flatbread, toast them, roast them until they're crispy, then break them up into little pieces, place them in a container slightly deeper than this, and then place your pumpkin mutabal over for pumpkin mutabal fateh. Super easy. So there you have it. Pumpkin mutabal, a traditional autumnal recipe using pumpkin or any squash if you like. If you enjoyed that, subscribe to my channel. Turn that notification bell on so you know when I've got a new recipe. Full recipe for this is on my blog. Full list of ingredients is below this video in the video description. Pumpkin mutabal. I shall see you guys real soon.